Hey everybody. Hey. Hey there. Time for the midday moment, y'all. Hi replay people. Hey there. I heart you. All of my replay people, I heart you. Hi live people. I heart my live people too. Welcome to the midday moment. The midday moment, y'all. It is the place where we expect great things. Not because we ignore the questions of our day, not because we ignore the challenges of our day. We expect great things because we recognize that we are both fully human and fully divine. And our fully human selves, we got a lot of issues. And our fully divine selves, we have answers. Not only do we have the answers in our divine selves, we create them. Yes, we're creative beings, y'all. So the midday moment is designed to help you tap into the divine so that you can explore all of the amazing answers that are already on the inside of you and bring them up for all that you are experiencing. I heart you, each of you. Yay! So the midday moment is a part of a larger network called Kingdom. We've got a menu of Kingdom inspirations. And so we invite you to scroll through our Midday Moment Facebook page so you can see our different commercials for the daily download with Dr. Pulley, prayer and praise with Elder Katrina Johnson Smith on Tuesdays and Thursdays, a night to review with Deacon Kenneth Butler Jr., and Luminaries with Elder Renato Casares. So you can pick from the inspirational menu. All right, it's time to sing, y'all. It's time for the midday moment. It's time for the midday moment. Come on. It's time for the midday moment. Oh, it's time. Yes, I'm expecting everybody. I'm expecting great things and creating. I'm creating great things. It's time for the midday moment. Oh, it's time. Very good, choir. Yes, in my life, I'm expecting great things. In my home, yeah, I'm expecting great things. All around, come on background, I'm expecting great things. Eyes may not see, but I choose to believe. Eyes may not see, but I choose to believe. You may not see, but I choose to believe. My eyes may not see, but I choose to believe. I believe in great things. Yay! All right, everybody say thank you, theme song. Thank you, theme song. And of course, theme song says what? You're welcome. All right, so theme song says you're welcome. All right, everybody, that's Great Things by Priscilla Hilliard. And the OGs voted to keep her in the game. And so we are still with Great Things for this year as our theme song. Okay, so we're about ready to dig in, y'all. Welcome back to the midday moment. I love it when we get to have our little splash of color. So we got our splash of color. Sometimes we don't always have our splash of color, but happy splash of color day. Happy first day of February. The color for this month in my spiritual community is pink. And so I'm giving a little shout out for pink. It's also the color of the year for me. So I picked pink, and maybe I'll talk a little bit about that. It's Black History Month. It takes all of us, everybody. It takes all of us. Asian Americans, Italian Americans, Latinos, Black Americans. It takes all of us. And I know somebody said, well, why y'all got to keep all those little prefixes before America. It's just a way to celebrate and express the beauty and power of the diversity that brings all of these perspectives together in different situations and so forth. Certainly, whenever I've traveled, they just plumb blank. They say you American. All right, so I get that, but these other prefixes, they do help to just explore the diversity of divinity. Did you know that? Did you know divinity has diversity to it? Everybody is not alike. Mm-mm. That's what makes it so beautiful. I love in the movie The Color Purple when Suge Avery says, I think it, well, she says, pisses God off. She says, quote, I think it pisses God off when you walk by the color purple and you don't even acknowledge it. Okay. I think that's how the phrase went. Apparently, I remember the P word. But the point is, don't walk by the color purple. Don't walk by the color pink. Don't walk by each other and not have some honor for our divine presence in the earth. Okay. All right. That was another little BOGO today. A little buy one, get one free. Okay, so we are still in almost near the end of our journey together in our book, Getting Rid of the Junk. It's still not too late because any time of the year you can still revisit and read through this journal of getting rid of the junk. We are getting rid of the junk. We are taking out of the trash, emptying out trash from our thoughts, our hearts, our feelings, and so forth. Getting stuff that we now recognize this it's just not good for us. Let's just go on and get rid of it. Take out the trash so you don't turn into a funky monkey. Okay. So take the trash out. As we complete our time together, focusing on taking out the trash, then we're going to work on our keys. We take out the trash to make room for our keys, the keys that we use to unlock all of that amazing potential that's on the inside of us so that we can live our best lives, live out our potential, and live life more abundantly. All right. So that's where we're going next as a spiritual community. And those of you that are members, certainly get ready for that. Others of you that are guests, we invite you and we share it with you. So you don't have to sign up on our little roster. Okay. We're just here to share because sharing is caring. All right, y'all. So we're on day 28. You're invited to read on your own time the background scriptures and the daily writings. And what I do here is I go a little deeper and just kind of pull out some of my thoughts and my reflections in the daily download. We get a chance to hold the prayer consciousness of what we're reading. And so those of you that are on the daily download 6:30 in the mornings, you've already given some prayer, some time of prayer with this. And so this week we're looking at staying junk free. So we've spent some time getting rid of excuses, getting rid of isms, and now we're talking about staying junk free. Okay, that's what we're talking about, staying junk free, making it a lifestyle. So you don't take out the trash just one time. There's a routine to it. So making it a lifestyle, making it a lifestyle to put good things in our bodies, making it a lifestyle to put good things in our mind and our thought process, making it a lifestyle to put good things in our hearts, okay, to inspire us and encourage us so that we have a practice of doing good acts. All right. Okay. So as we talk about what it takes to stay junk free, the word for today is persist. It takes persistence. Persistence. I know. You say you've been persistent. Well, keep on. Keep on keeping on being persistent because it does pay off. It does pay off. And so I desire to give you a couple of my reflections in the background reading. You get a chance to read about in particular women who were persistent as we use the Bible for life application. You get a chance to look at a couple of women who were very persistent, women who people tried to ostracize because it was the law that when you're unclean or when you're having a menstrual cycle and you're going through a health challenge or what have you, you were considered to be unclean, and people legally could ostracize you, put you away. And then in another situation we have a woman that's going through a very unjust time with the judge, and in these cases you see women being persistent. Okay. You see women being persistent. I titled this Womb Man because I was reminded, as I was reflecting, I was reminded of where some people say we get the word woman from. Since in the reading, we're looking at gospel women in particular, we're looking at women in particular, and these women in particular, being persistent. And so some people, some scholars tell us that the term woman comes from womb man, a man with a womb. And so we're looking at these men with wombs today. And I'm giving a salute to all of the the women, the womb men, the men with whom, the women. Okay. And so, and so I'm giving a salute to this unique journey. And let me tell you, when you have something that is sitting in your womb, and metaphysically we can say the men have wombs too. When you have something that's sitting in your gut, you're hungry for something. And some of the women that have experienced being pregnant, you have a very intimate experience with what it means to have something in your womb that has committed to this process along with you. And that baby growing inside of you. Some of you have an intimate experience. I've never birthed any children from my womb, and so some of you have an intimate experience. And so I live off of your stories about what that feels like to have persistence in your womb, because this baby is coming. And y'all have told me the stories of you get a due date, and that baby determines when that baby is coming, and that baby is persistent about his or her existence in the womb, and it has a life of its own even there in the womb, and determines when he or she is ready to come out. Okay. And I know I'm using pronouns very traditionally, and so my regards. All right. So I desire to honor that persistence. Just as persistence lives in the womb physically, persistence lives in the womb metaphysically. Ideas, dreams, visions, goals, heart's desire. Don't give up. Be persistent. Be persistent. And so I desire to give you three quick examples. One quick example is I'm gonna go with M's. And the first one is my best friend Lisa. My best friend Lisa um, asked me to be roommates over 30 years ago. Asked me to be roommates about 30 years ago. Asked me to be her roommate. We met at church in Toledo, Ohio, Maumee, Ohio. We was in Toledo first before we went to Maumee, and she asked me to be roommates. I shared a little bit about this, I think, at our COTEC conference, but she was like, "I don't think they got your joke or your story." But anyway, she and I think she's right. But nonetheless, she asked me to be her roommate, and I told her no. And I told her no because we had such great fun, and I had experienced racism, and I knew the feeling of somebody liking you until 5 p.m. I knew that feeling. We got along until 5 p.m. After 5 p.m., all of a sudden, you don't know me when you see me, in the store or something. And I just didn't desire to have that experience. I told her no, and I told her why. I told her why. Even though we met at church, I had seen some folks at church. I had been to churches where people hugged me as if I made an error in coming to that particular building. And so we got rid of the junk of racism of the week before last. But I'm sharing this story because in this moment, Lisa was persistent. I said no. And I had no intention in changing my mind. And Lisa told me, I tell you what, we're gonna pray about it. And I'm like, what? Pray about it. I'm like, I said no. But she prayed about it. And let me tell you, she was right. She was onto something. She heard something in her womb. And we have been friends for 30 years now. That lady, I'm telling you, I love her to pieces. Love her to pieces. I I did not have the vision. I did not have the vision of a relationship with her, but she did. And because she did, and because she was persistent, when I tell you my life has been blessed by my relationship with her, my life has been blessed. Blessed. So get your blessings. Be persistent. Okay. There was an opportunity there for me to just have a lesson in friendship, but I had more than a lesson. I got a lesson and I got a blessing because of her persistence. All right. So salute to the persistence of my best friend Lisa. I have another best friend from childhood too. She and I have been friends for 40 years. Nicole Pritchett, Lady Nicole Pritchett. Lady Nicole Pritchett and I have been friends for 40 years. And uh, we are persistent in that it doesn't matter how much time goes by. When we connect, we connect. And so I desire to give a shout out to Lady Nicole Pritchett. We have been through some valleys together, and I love her dearly. All right, my next M is mommy. Um, uh, I know that everybody has different types of relationships with their mommies. I'm raising my great niece, and I've been her second mommy since she was 3. She'll be 16. I was blessed enough to grow up in the house with my mommy, but let me tell you, mommy, I salute my mom because of her persistence. And I'm encouraging you, I'm encouraging everybody, regardless of your relationship with your mom, to give some space and give some gratitude, because I promise you, somewhere in the journey of mom, there is some persistence. Whether mommy raised you or not, I look at my great niece's mom, who is my niece. I look at her and I can see her persistence. It has not materialized the way we all thought, but she I can see the measure of persistence in her. And I've had a chance to spend some time with my mom, driving through her hometown in Miami. Didn't realize she grew up right down the street from the University of Miami. There's a whole history there, and I just salute the persistence. Some of these folks, these women have come through some somethings. Yeah, I'll say it like that. These women have come through some things. They came through an era, where college, high school, all of my grandparents were domestic workers. All of my grandparents were domestic workers. All of my grandparents cleaned toilets in white neighborhoods for white families. All of my grandparents. And that's to say it lightly in terms of what they experienced, and then what my mom experienced, who wasn't raised by her mom. But you know what? I can see their persistence. And because they were persistent, I am here. Because they were persistent, I am here. So I'm encouraging you to just hold the consciousness of gratitude for the persistence of people. You might not know the full story of persistence, but hold a space of gratitude, because you don't always know the price that somebody paid for you to be where you are, so that you can have an opportunity to do something different and to do something better. That's why I keep that picture of my great grandmother and my Aunt Jewel back there, because I know parts of their stories. I know parts of their stories. They came through rape, incest, molestation, working in the fields. Okay, gratitude. All right, I gotta go. Um, Let me give a national tribute to another M, Mary McLeod Bethune, founder of Bethune-Cookman University. Um, she had a vision and a heart and a passion to start a school. I'll make this real quick. You can go and read about her. She had a vision and a heart to start a school.
Powering
In,
off.
in 1904, who does that? A black woman trying to start a school in 1904 in Daytona Beach. The only property they would sell her was the garbage dump. So Bethune-Cookman University is built on the Come on, take out the trash. Bethune-Cookman University is built on the garbage dump. She paid $1.50 for a garbage dump. And the university is built on a garbage dump. I heard that there was a neo-Nazi group that they announced a bomb threat of the campus of Bethune-Cookman yesterday. Let me tell you something. Honey, that ain't the first. When Mary McLeod Bethune was alive, the KKK didn't send a bomb, honey. They went to the campus ready to light it up. But this woman was persistent. She walked out. She told all her kids. She had all them students to come out there, and they had a candle. They had candles, and they started singing unto the Lord. They started singing hymns. They started singing and affirming the presence, the love, the power, and the protection of God. And you know what the KKK did? Left. Come on, persistence. When you got something in you. All right, last but not least, I'll give you an opportunity to maybe have a little homework assignment. Mary Kay. Some of you know the makeup line of Mary Kay. We look at famous people and famous product, and we think that these things came about overnight. They didn't. There's a book called Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. Failing Forward. And I offer that to you because in that book, you see the stories of Mary Kay, Coca-Cola, Chick-fil-A, all of these people that had they quit after the first round, we wouldn't know who they are right now. Okay, I got to go. I've been here 20 minutes. I love you. I love you, and I bless each and every one of you. I heart each of you. Okay, I heart you. All right, if you're just joining us, just go back and get the replay because it was good. May I say so myself? It was good. So thank you for tuning in. I heart each of you. All right, take care. Have a great day. God bless you, and God be you. Bye bye, everybody.